Sean Haney here with RealAgriculture.com and Real Ag Radio, Rural Radio 147, Sirius XM. Big news out of CANTERRA Seeds today, and here to give us the details is the Chief Executive Officer of CANTERRA Seeds. It is Brent Derkatch. Hey, Brent, how we doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, Sean. Thanks for having me.
Okay, drop it on us. What's the big news? What's the big news?
Well, Sean, we are pleased to announce that CANTERRA Seeds has acquired Alliance Seed
Hmm.
and a portfolio of varieties that are in that Alliance Seed brand, and we couldn't be happier with this new endeavor and new opportunity.
Wow, that is big news. Okay, so Alliance Seed, you're acquiring it from, was Paterson was the sole owner?
Yeah, Paterson Global Foods was the sole owner of Alliance Seed, and we are bringing on all of those varieties that come along with that brand. And our goal and objective is to continue to operate that business as a standalone business and continue to support those products and the network of seed growers and retailers in Western Canada.
Okay, why? Like, why this acquisition and why now?
Yeah, it's a great question, Sean. And for us, it's about expanding our market reach and our distribution. Along with the added portfolio from Alliance Seed, we also will be expanding the number of seed growers that are actively producing and selling varieties. So to date, we have just under 180 CANTERRA Seeds seed growers that are supporting the CANTERRA Seeds portfolio across Western Canada. And there is some degree of overlap between the organizations and the seed growers, but overall, we'll be adding another 50 to 60 more seed growers that'll be able to support the portfolio. The other opportunity here for the CANTERRA Seeds seed grower shareholders is that they will instantaneously have access to that Alliance Seed portfolio. So now we can have more seed growers producing, selling, and supporting products from the Alliance Seed brand.
So will all the varieties that were in the Alliance portfolio, will they be sold as CANTERRA varieties now then?
No, actually, we're intentionally maintaining the two brands and portfolios separately. We know that there is brand equity with Alliance Seed in the marketplace, and there's also equity within the varieties that are within the separate brands. And we want to make sure that we maintain and ultimately grow the sales of both portfolios. And we believe that the best way to do that is to manage them separately. And just because of the legacy ownership of Alliance Seed, there is a lot of retail locations of Paterson and Parrish and Heimbecker and seed growers that are very familiar with those products, what they bring to the market, and those farmer customers are very familiar too. And we don't want to disrupt any of the success that they've had to date.
That as well, that strategy of keeping the two brands continuing also what I also think of right away is, when we see consolidation, we're concerned that maybe less in this situation, less varieties available to me, less competitiveness in the market. I guess that sort of does stifle some of that criticism.
Yeah, I agree completely. I mean, the greatest risk if we were to bring two brands together, would be increased risk of cannibalization, perhaps shortening of life cycles of the varieties. That is the furthest of what we're trying to do. We are honestly looking to grow and expand the impact and the market penetration of both portfolios ultimately, but ultimately to make sure that the Alliance Seed brand moves forward. And honestly, I think it's really important, being that both organizations or both brands, we're acquiring variety licenses from public programs, private breeding programs, large and small, and they all are bringing really valuable genetics to the marketplace. And this will allow us, even on a go-forward basis, to provide great value through multiple brands based on geographic fit, based on retail and seed grower support.
Would the flagship variety in the portfolio for Alliance be Endure oats?
Yeah, CDC Endure would be one of the key varieties within the portfolio there. They also have a couple of up and coming varieties that are still in seed increase and pre-commercial, and we'll be working closely with our product management team and production team to prepare for the launch of those new products as well. But definitely CDC Endure is a nice fit, and that's also a really important part of this acquisition. Is as we looked at the current life cycles of the CANTERRA Seeds branded varieties and where the current state of the Alliance seed varieties are, there's an incredible amount of complementary fit within different crop types and life cycles. And so, yeah, just a win-win all around.
Yeah, cool. So, and there's also we've worked with them at Real Agriculture. There's a staff over at Alliance Seed as well. They're going to be joining the Canterra team.
Yeah, we're bringing over two staff along with the acquisition, and so in the days and weeks ahead, we'll be working closely with them through orientation, and the orientation is going to work both ways, being that they've been, literally on the front line supporting the Alliance business for a number of years, and so we want to make sure that we merge the teams effectively together. And the CANTERRA Seeds head office will become the head office support for finance, admin, IT, marketing, and so on. So we're going to realize some true efficiencies in overall business management moving forward.
Uh, Brent, here in 2025, a lot of farmers in the cropping sector concerned about profitability, of course, and trying to figure that all out. How is 2025 shaping up from a certified sales standpoint?
Yeah, it's a great question too. I mean, the reality is in times when margins are tight at the farm level, farmers do have the option in many cases to save and reuse seed on their own farm. What I have seen, we haven't necessarily seen a significant shift in the increased use of farm safe seed, but what I will say is that there has been a considerable delay in decision making of not just what varieties a farmer is going to put in the ground, but even the crop types. And I think now that some of the has settled as it relates to commodity values and tariffs, what we're hearing is that the vast majority of farmers are sticking to a pretty standard crop rotation. And so I think that'll ultimately result in some high levels of consistency on their buying behaviors of the past.
Hey, Brent, congratulations on the acquisition of Alliance Seed. That's pretty awesome stuff, and appreciate you discussing it with us here.
Yeah, great. Thanks again, Sean. I really appreciate the opportunity.